What is up, folks? Stephen here from Moving to Canada. I'm just back from a pretty wild week off, and IRCC sure have been busy. So click that like button, smash that subscribe button, because we have another Express Entry draw. Over 21,000 people have received their ITAs in the month of March, with the CRS score now the lowest it has been since all draws resumed in July 2022. But before we end up getting into the thick of the draw numbers, we first have to thank the sponsor of today's video, Canada Abroad. With so many people getting their ITAs and points dropping, you want to make sure that you don't end up unprepared to submit your profile when the time comes. Which is why we recommend reaching out to Moving to Canada's trusted partner, Canada Abroad. Their expert consultants can guide you through the Express Entry process with confidence. So whether you need a profile review or a complete takeover of your application, Canada Abroad has you covered. We've put all the links below in the description of this video so that you can get in touch with the Canada Abroad team today and make sure you don't end up unprepared when your time arrives. Today's Express Entry draw for immigration to Canada considered candidates in all Express Entry programs: Federal Skilled Worker, Canadian Experience Class and Federal Skilled Trades. In the latest Express Entry draw for immigration to Canada in 2023, 3,500 candidates were issued an invitation to apply. The comprehensive ranking system score cutoff threshold for this draw was 486 points. Just know that it can take up to 24 hours for an ITA to appear in your IRCC account. So there you have it, folks. Another draw done, but we should probably talk about that epic back-to-back Express Entry draw that had over 21,000 people invited. Given that Express Entry was paused following the NOC 2021 update in November, and before that all programme draws had been paused for 18 months, the number of candidates in the pool grew to crazy high levels, and this meant crazy high CRS cutoff scores. In fact, between the first Express Entry draw that I ever made a video on, way back in July 6, 2022, to the March 29th draw, the last draw before today, the points dropped from 557 points to 481. A whopping 76 points. But I know what you're thinking. Surely these massive draws will just mean the bottleneck will get pushed down the line, so that people will be waiting to hear back about their application, as opposed to just waiting in the pools. Well, luckily, that might not be the case. A recent report from the Parliamentary Budget Officer reveals that IRCC has more than enough staff to process Express Entry applications at the service standard until 2027. Which means new applications should be seeing their Express Entry applications processed within 6 months in 80% of cases. Also, I know a lot of you out there are anxious about when the points will drop further, and while we can't predict that fully, just know that the lowest all-programme draw in Express Entry history was 413 points, while the lowest FST draw was 199. Now, the lowest CEC draw was 75 points, although this was an exceptional draw that invited all CEC candidates in the Express Entry pool and was probably linked to the pandemic. So if you are sitting there and want to find out how you can be more competitive with your CRS score, then you should definitely check out a video we made about just that, which I'll link to in the description of this here video. That's all from me, folks. Like I said earlier, do make sure you are subscribed to this channel, as your support makes sure that we can keep providing you with these free videos. Until next time. One take wonder! Am I weird?